What is your current lead magnet that you have in play? What is your current lead magnet that you have in play? That's my question for you today to my owners and operators. That's my question. Welcome back to the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. I'm your girl, Tasha Jackson, host, dare I say, host extraordinaire. Well, it's my show. I can say whatever I want. And so, yes, host extraordinaire. Welcome back. Glad to have you tapping in. Lead magnet. What is it? I think that I was going to say every small business should have one, but really and truly, to be quite honest, small, medium, large, if you sell a product or service, I just feel like in this digital age that we're in, everybody needs a lead magnet, right? So let's go to our friend Google. Y'all know I love a good screen share. You also know probably I have too many tabs open. If you know me, thank you to the longtime listeners. I appreciate y'all. We're small but mighty. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. And to the new people, welcome, my friends. Welcome, my friends. I am your hospitality hacks professional, sharing life lessons, business lessons, and truths and opinions, which you may argue may or may not be true, right? But been in the hospitality game specific to restaurants and restaurant management for over 20 years. And now I am teaching in the teaching space and loving it. And I surely hope you loving what you do. Okay. So what is a lead magnet? Let's look at it, yo. Let's look at it. Let me share my screen here. I already have it pre-populated for us. So for those who are on the audio only experience, you know I got you. You know I'm gonna talk you through it line by line, step by step. The only thing you're missing by not coming on to YouTube and seeing me or wherever this happens to be streaming now, if we're restreaming this years from now, who knows? But right now in 2024, we're on this good old YouTube. Um, you're only missing my beautiful smiling face and when I share my screen. All right, so look, lead magnet. According to Google, okay, I just typed in what is a lead magnet, and the answer is a lead magnet is a marketing term for a free item or service that is given away for the purpose of gathering contact details. This is key. That part's key, okay? For example, lead magnets can be trial subscriptions, samples, white papers, e newsletters, and free consultations. Marketers use lead magnets to create sales leads. Listen, y'all, I highly believe that the secret sauce is repeat business. The secret sauce is that person who comes back to you time and time and time again for your good or service. Now, does that mean you don't need a stream of new customers or new guests coming into your business? No, that doesn't mean that. We want those new folks to come in. Maybe one of the old timers invited you in. Come on into the family. Come on, right? So you could become a regular too. So you can get onto the regular list, get off the newbie list and get onto the regular list, right? But where do these people come from? Word of mouth, of course. So key. Word of mouth is so key, right? And I use that term word of mouth, which has morphed um with this onslaught of social media the last 15 years, I guess, if I just was picking a number out of the air, right? But that could be somebody sharing a post. That could be somebody texting their friend or family member, "Hey, this is where I went today," or a picture of their food, a picture of their hotel room, right? It could be somebody leaving a review, right? It could be so many things, right? But lead magnets, I think, should be part of everybody's marketing strategy. And I've recently have doubled down on this idea of using a lead magnet. So if you've been following along, you know that I've switched from the weekly broadcast to bi-weekly broadcast because I have a new project in the works. Um, and so we're creating a summer camp experience for middle school students, right? Specifically related to learning how to cook and learning how to grow food, right? And coupled also with industry experiences, being able to meet and talk with chefs in the industry, go out to a restaurant, go see the kitchen behind the scenes, go to a farm, touch the vegetables, understand how they're planted, how they grow, what they need to live and survive and thrive. Going into aquaponics labs, and seeing, okay, we're growing fish here and how this ecosystem works with fish and plants, all giving each other life, right? And so it's been an interesting it's been an interesting experience. I need to look back at the calendar and see um when this all began, but it's been an interesting experience, and there is a lead magnet out there. Okay. And I'm going to tell you about it quickly. Um, because I have to hop on another call in about 16 minutes. So it's going to be short, sweet, and to the point, which has been our MO lately, right? Before I jump into it, though, just want to say real quick, as you know, all thoughts, opinions, and my 2 cents are mines and mines alone and do not represent any other organization, entity, or individual other than me, myself, and the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. Okay. So the lead magnet that we've been using, we've been running Meta ads, um, and not me, because I've really been working hard on weaning myself out of this thought process that I need to learn how to do every single thing, that I need to understand every nut, every bolt, every moving part, right, of a project, or every moving part of the business. I'm really this particular project is really stretching me even further in that thought, right? I've started multiple small businesses. Some were successful and some crash and burn. Some were successful and then crash and burn. So, um, so this experience, I've tried to, we got to learn, right? We have to apply the experiences that we go through, the lessons that we get from the experiences that we go through, right? It's not a L as in a loss. It's a L as in a lesson, right? It's a L as in a lesson. And I've tried to apply, and I'm just jotting myself a note, y'all, because I got to, so I can remember when to come back to an idea. Try to just glean from these experiences and figure out, in my reflection, what went really well, what didn't go so well, what should I repeat, what should we drop by the wayside. And for sure, um the last lesson, the last major failure, um I how do I put this, we overextended ourselves, hired a bunch of people that were not properly vetted, nor maybe didn't have the aces in places, like the right people in position at the right time, right? And so this go around, it's really been interesting because I had to let go of that fear. I had to first realize that there was a fear there. There's a fear there that this would happen again. That I'll put people in position and they'll somehow figure out a way to burn me, try to get over on me, or not fulfill their duty, not fulfill their job role, right? But I had to let go of that because otherwise I burn out. I can't be everything. I can't be every position, not with growth, not and grow, right? If I was to say stay very, very small and very, very selective about what I do when I do it, maybe I could do everything, but I want to grow, right? And I want to start with the idea of how I want to finish, if that makes sense. So beginning with the end in mind, right? And so hired a guy to do ads. Y'all know I talk about Fiverr quite a bit. No, I Fiverr and Upwork are in that same category of places you can go to find people to do things for you, create graphics, build websites, run ads, um, all kinds of things, especially related to the digital or technology space, right? So I interviewed several people, found a gentleman I felt comfortable working with. Um, and so he put together a 4-week ad campaign on Meta that ran on formerly known as Facebook, right? That ran on Facebook and Instagram. So, um, that ad essentially pointed to a funnel, which is like a mini website to capture sales and capture people's information. So we ran a 4-week ad campaign pushing toward a funnel, and it was giving information about what the summer camp would look like. And if you want to stay connected, enter your information here for a newsletter or click here to purchase. Right. In that experience, I got no purchases from the funnel at all. I got several leads though. I want to say about I want to say it was about 100 people who entered their information, their name, their email address, their phone number, right? And I think we got about 4,000 clicks. I should have had the numbers up. This is very close to that to what the numbers are though. We had about 4,000 people click, right? So now I have something to work from. Okay. It took me exposing this idea to 4,000 people in order to get 100 people to opt in to get more information. Cool. So then I start emailing those people, calling those people. I didn't get a whole lot of people on the phone. And you know how we do. Now y'all know how y'all do. If it's a number that you don't recognize pop up on your cell phone, what do you do? Do you answer? Be honest. Probably 90% of us are not answering. 90% of us are not answering an unknown call. Like, just let's just keep it real, right? So I didn't get a whole lot of people on the phone. I probably got about three. Um, when I called through the list, and I actually need to call through the list again, and that's key. You know how, sidetrack moment, you know how there's things that you know you should do, but you don't make the time space to do it for whatever the reason. The reason really is not as important as the situation, right? Because there's always stuff. Life be life in, as they say, right? So there's always something happening. But I need to call through this list and hit it hard until I get more responses. So anyway, back to the numbers. Um, put out this lead magnet, and it was I reached out to the list, and here's where the actual lead piece came in, because with the funnel, it actually was just asking for the purchase or the information. But then I got a suggestion from my partner that said, "Hey, why don't you do some free classes, like some day camps?" Right. And I was like, that's a marvelous idea. So I set up some free day camps, put it on Eventbrite. And I think, was that last episode or episode before that, I was talking about how much I like Eventbrite and kind of did a little walkthrough. Note to self, link the Eventbrite episode on YouTube. All right. So on Eventbrite, I went and I made a little flyer on Canva, uploaded on Eventbrite. Uh, they have AI built into their app so that you can say what it is, and then they come up with a description for you. So it came up with a description that was actually pretty good. So I added a few things, touched up a few things, added a few details, boom, bam, post it. Right. So with Eventbrite, this is not affiliated conversation, by the way. They're not paying me or anything like that. I just enjoy the service. So there's a certain number of tickets that you can sell. Now, this being free, it's interesting because some of the functionality is different between a paid ticketed event and a free event, which I found out after at going through this process. So keep that in mind if you decide to use Eventbrite. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a platform. It's a third-party platform where you can sell access or tickets to an event, and it's a marketplace. People can find you. They can do a search for their city or certain activities, certain keywords they're looking for, and then if you fit, what they're searching for, you will pop up. So pretty cool. And then also it shows you where your traffic is coming from. Is your traffic coming from, it'll tell you how many people clicked from the Eventbrite platform versus if you're sending traffic there from somewhere else. They also have an opportunity where you can do ads on Eventbrite, which I haven't played with yet. But I do want to experiment with that after we run the second campaign that we just started yesterday. All right. I don't want to do them at the same time, for reasons I'll go through another time. All right. So the lead magnet piece of it actually was the free class. I hope I didn't say too many words in between where I lost y'all. So let me recap real quick. A lead magnet, according to Google, okay, recap, is a marketing term for a free item or service that is given away for the purpose of gathering contact details. I offered a free class. Bring your middle school student. We're going to have a good time, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to teach them how to cook something. I didn't even say what we were preparing because I didn't know. Start before you're ready is the lesson from that. You don't have to have every single piece figured out. Start before you're ready. Get out there and do something. Okay? Do something. What the information that you do have, the resources that you do have, deploy them immediately. Okay. So I put up this ticketed event free, 100% free, put free in the title and started getting hits, right? So people started signing up. Now, I didn't want to be overwhelmed with the number of people, so I put a cap on the number of free tickets, but this is another key. I opened up a wait list. All right. So I capped it at 20 participants, but then opened up a wait list and I said we can have the wait list up to 100 people. That way, if somebody's interested, they see it, they have the opportunity if somebody falls off the main list, right? I will contact the people on the wait list and say, hey, we had an opening, you still interested? Please come through, blah, 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 blah. Boom. Wait list filled up. So now I have 100 contacts. Ha! I got your name. I got your email. Now I can market to you. Y'all feel where we going with this? Now I can reach out to you and say, hey, we got this other deal, this other offer, this other event, this other. Or hey, how you doing? Checking in, right? I can nurture, right? Now I'm not a marketing expert. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. I'm not a marketing, and so I don't don't think I'm trying to position myself as, this expert marketer. I'm just sharing my journey. I have listened to enough marketers and I'm on enough people's email lists where I understand what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like to be on the other end as a potential customer. Okay. So put out the lead magnet. Now we did 3 different classes. All 3 of them filled up. So now I have 300 contacts. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, less than 300 because some people signed up more than once for the wait list. And some people actually made it to the participant list more than once. Not a lot of people, right? So I was going back and forth like, do I let people get the free class more than one time? Is that taking up a space from somebody else? I don't know. I kind of grappled with that, but then I was like, let's run it. Right? So what I learned from that is that lead magnets work. Lesson number 1, lead magnets work. And lesson number 2 or 1B, if you work them. We don't like that part. Like it works if you work it, right? So when I was going through making my calls, I actually got one person on the phone and she was very pleasant lady and had a couple of questions and answered those questions, had a talk, da 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 da. Oh, okay, sounds good. No sale. And I'm not a hard I worked in sales for a very, very, very short time. For somebody else's company, and I'm not a hard pressure sales tactic type person. I'm more of a let me understand your needs, let me get to know you, let me let you feel comfortable with me so that when you need me, I'm here and that I'm in contact enough with you so that you don't forget that I'm here, if that makes sense. So being consistently present consistently present. All right. So I talked to that lady once. I think I don't know if she called me back or I called her back. There was another question. She had another question. So called. Now, in the midst of these conversations, I'm emailing folks, and then people are funny. Sometimes they'll email, have all these questions, and then be like, "Oh, we're booked that week for summer. We won't even be in town. Not able to do the summer camp." It's like, why were you putting me through? Y'all knew you were going to be out of town. Why are you putting me through all this? But so some people it's like a wash, right? It doesn't work. This particular lady, I thought she was in that bucket. I'm not gonna lie. We had the conversation. I was like, here's another one, right? But then she ended up being my first paying client for the program. And I was like, would you look at that? Advertising works. Lead magnets work. So once I got the one, now you know it's on and popping. See, all we needed was proof of concept right there. All we needed was the confirmation, validation that this thing works. Okay. Y'all forgive me those on the video experience. I'm struggling here. If you on the audio, just pretend like I didn't say anything and keep pushing. All right. So then I'm like, all right, this list is gold. If you've ever been in multi-level marketing or sales of any type, you might have heard the term that the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So just getting the lead is not enough. Just getting somebody's contact information is not enough. How are you following up? How are you nurturing? Are you calling more than once? Are you emailing or texting more than once? Do you have a platform where you can do bulk actions and send a bunch of texts or a bunch of emails at one time instead of individually typing things out? Are you recording what you're saying in your communications, right? So what I started doing was, and I don't utilize AI probably as effectively as I could. I'm a halfway decent writer. So, oh, speaking of, snag the book if you haven't already. I'm a halfway decent writer. So my instinct is start typing, writing, talking, right? But if you're not comfortable or don't have the time or the desire to write, use Chat GPT, your cousin, mama, auntie, friend, daughter, son, somebody to put together some nice words for you that represent what you're trying to communicate, and then hold on to it, right? So I have one running document, Google Doc, with all of my emails that I've sent. And then I have them with the headings on the side so I can easily navigate to, okay, this is the week before the free class. This is the email I sent last time. Pull that up. Boom. Copy, paste, bulk action, send it to 20 people. Done. Right. So listen, y'all. I got this call in 1 minute, 37 seconds. Lead magnets work, advertising works, get people's contact information and use it. Moral of the story. Use it to let them feel connected to you, ask them to follow you, give them information, give them tips, tricks, and tidbits like we do here on Hospitality Hacks Pro. If you're culinary, send them recipes, send them photos of food, whatever you want to do to keep them linked in, whatever you want to do to make sure that you're not forgettable. That's the key. That's the key. So when they need your product or service, they know where to come. They know how to tap into you. They've got your number, your email, your website, your funnel, your social media handles. They know how to get to you. All right. It works if you work it. We're up to 7 tickets. The goal is so here's the thing. We have 4 different weeks open, and the goal is to have 20 students in each round. Um, so I'm gonna do another check-in, probably another. I'm gonna give it another couple weeks, maybe after this next campaign. So now we're about to run another 4-week campaign. Slightly different though. This one is not, hey, here I am, come buy from me. This one is like sharing the journey of these day camps that we did, right? And showing pictures of the kids and the food they made and how happy they are and all that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to be asking the parents for some reviews. All right. And so I can then take that information, repackage, another magnet, another ad, right? So it works if you work it, get people's birthdays. If you have a product, you can give them a discount or something on their birthday. Man, there's so many ways to attack this on their anniversary, right? So it's not always you asking for something, it's you giving something, right? You giving something, but then, nothing in life is free. I know y'all heard that too, right? I give you something, you give me something. It's give and take, like any good relationship. Any good relationship is give and take. It's not all me, 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 and it's not all you, 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 you. So go ahead and give me that email address. Go ahead and give me that phone number, and I'll go ahead and slide you this little morsel for free, a little sample, so you can taste. Right? Parents came in the kitchen like, oh, this is what's going. Oh, okay. We see what you're trying to do, chef. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, come on to the camp, right? So that's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. Love y'all. See you next time. Tell a friend to tell a friend.